Holy crap, y'all are so funny, man. Be real with y'all, y'all funny, man. Got scary stories, man. They like scary stories. They love the scary stories. Know what I mean? So we're gonna give them scary stories, you know what I'm saying? But what's good, YouTube? I'm gonna see something. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Shit Willie Silly, man. AKA Mr. Take it easy for you end up like this. But make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch. In the description down below, everything you need to know about your boy Jay. It's in the description down below. But we got 3 creepy, true jogging horror stories. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if y'all are new to the Twitch, if y'all do follow the Twitch or YouTube, I prefer everybody. You know what I mean? Appreciate the freaking subscribe. She been going crazy. Shout out to Mano. You know what I'm saying? But no, like I was saying though, and I forgot to put on, you know, the subscriber alerts. I'm sorry. We're going to do that later on. You know what I mean? But yeah, like I was saying though, man, when it comes to new followers on Twitch, if you are new following me on Twitch, I do have a YouTube channel. So if you do want to go follow the YouTube, you know what I'm saying, it is in the bio. You know what I mean? So I got like over 100 something scary reactions, bro, in the playlist section. And for all my new YouTube subscribers, I have a playlist section, bro, with scary videos, true crime reactions, whatever you want to see. That's what you would get. Over 100 videos in the scary reaction playlist section. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully y'all enjoy this video, man. I just dropped the scary reaction story. Y'all already know what it is. Thumbnail time.
I wouldn't call myself a very active person, but I do enjoy working out and running every now and then.
You think?
You know, to stay in somewhat good shape. My friend Jay and I usually work out and run together.
Why is there always somebody named Jay? Like, why is there always somebody my name? Jay. He throwing me off. Jay. I did stories. Jay. Like, why is it always Jay, bro? Can we get Rebecca or something? Can we get Samantha? You know? Why is it always Jay, right?
As Jay is always
Jay.
in shape and kind of trains me, if you will. Jay and I would often run late at night in my neighborhood since most of it is well lit, and I live in a decent area. However, we stopped running in my neighborhood 2 months ago after this happened. The way my neighborhood is laid out is that there's a main road that connects to separate roads branching off, but ultimately they all connect back to the main road, which leads to a dirt path extending into local farms and larger properties. This is important to understand the situation Jay and I were in. One night, we decided to run from my house onto a path that goes through the woods to one of the roads that branches off from the main road in my neighborhood. We planned to use that road to reconnect to the main road, then continue running to the dirt path before heading back to my house using the main road. I know it sounds confusing, but we took this unusual route to maximize the miles we could run.
Oh, shoot. In the woods with it. Oh, shoot. You know what I mean? I ain't never heard of nobody, like, running at nighttime, though. I've never, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'll start looking at somebody crazy if I see you running at nighttime. You know what I mean? I feel like jogging. I think jogging is like a daytime thing. Am I right? We see people jog in the daytime. You know what I mean? If I'm seeing somebody jog in the nighttime, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at you very strange. What that nigga up to over there? The freak is this nut? Is this nigga running midnight? Like, you know, it's like 9:30 and a freaking, you know, 9:30 p.m. and bro is running? You know what I'm saying? So my first thought, this nigga killed somebody and he running from 12? You know what I'm saying? Or that's my second thought, he's running from 12. Because ain't no right person in their mind jogging at night. If you jog, tell me if you jog. Do you jog at night? I've never seen nobody in my life jog at nighttime.
It sounds
always daytime.
But we took this unusual route to maximize the miles we could run, as our usual path, just running on the main road and back, was getting too easy for us. The run started as usual, with Jay and me running from my house to the path, talking about high school drama as we ran. However, we soon began to hear footsteps behind us. At first, we didn't think much of it since the path we were running on was frequently used, and we often saw other runners or people using it to cross from one area to another in the neighborhood.
At nighttime?
As we continued, the footsteps remained behind us, mirroring our speed. When we picked up the pace and ran quickly, the footsteps followed suit. When we slowed down to a jog or walk for a moment, so did they. At this point, Jay and I were obviously a bit nervous and freaked out, but we were almost to the well-lit road. When we finally exited the path onto the road, we looked back and saw no one behind us. We both exchanged the same what the f*** look and decided it was probably just another runner trying to keep their distance from us. We continued onto the side road that led to the main road of my neighborhood and followed the main road all the way to where it turned into the dirt path. At this point, we were both still feeling good and decided to push on, running further down the dirt path. However, unlike the main road, this path had no streetlights and was lined with trees, creating an ominous atmosphere at night. Jay and I ran about a mile down this road before deciding to turn back.
These niggas running on a freaking path with no street lights. Do y'all know how dark that junk is? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, what I want y'all to do one day, if you have a car and y'all driving at nighttime, turn off the lights just one time. You'll see how dark it is. Nigga, you can't see a dang thing. Them niggas running in pitch black. They running in pitch black. They don't know what the freak going on, man. They don't know who watching them. They don't know nothing. They folks running in pitch black. Y'all know how freaking dark it'll be without street lights? You know what I'm saying? They running through that. Imagine running through pitch blackness, man. Tell y'all, boy, these folks be on something. Y'all know what folks, these folks, know what folks I'm talking about. You know what I mean? These folks be tripping.
As we turn,
Yeah, let me just go and just run. You know what I mean? Can't wait until the morning. No, I cannot wait until the morning. I just got the jivvies, man. I just got to get up and work out right now at 9:30 p.m. I got to get up and work out right now. At nighttime. I have to do it now. I cannot wait until the morning. Now is the best time. Now I shall do it.
I caught a glimpse of a dark figure quickly darting into the trees on the left side of the road.
Oh, shit.
This immediately...
Why the junk scared the freak out? What the freak? When the guy heard the junk on my left, I'm like, oh, shoot, something beside me. Finna get the swinging or something. I'm finna, what the freak going on? And I'm in the junk. It was in my left field. I was like, hold on, shoot, something beside me or something. Freak going on, man.
Figure quickly darting into the trees on the left side of the road. This immediately reminded me of the footsteps from earlier, and I began to feel noticeably uneasy. I told Jay that I had seen a figure jump into the trees along the path that we needed to take back. He dismissed it, saying I was just being paranoid and seeing things because of how far we've gone.
Don't be like a nigga named Jay. Don't be like Jay.
I almost believed him and started doubting myself, so we began making our way back to my house. We ran past the spot where I had seen the figure with no issues, but just as we were about to reach the main road again, we heard rustling about 20 feet behind us in the trees. We turned around and saw a figure standing in the middle of the dirt road.
Oh shoot, holy crap!
The figure was facing away from us and was dressed in a black hoodie, along with very ripped and dirty khaki pants and black shoes. At this moment, I was more scared than I had ever been in my life. It felt like my heart was gonna fly out of my chest. It was beating that hard. Jay looked at me, then back at the figure.
Yeah, Jay, being paranoid now, Jay, huh? Being paranoid now?
It was beating that hard. Jay looked at me, then back at the figure, and said, "What the hell are you doing?" But stopped mid-sentence when we both heard the person start laughing. It was an awful, cackling, cringe-inducing laugh. Then, as we stood frozen, the person turned to look at us, still laughing, before suddenly stopping. Now, he just stared at us.
Oh, hey, no!
That still haunts me to this day. His wide eyes and pale face burned into my memory. Jay and I exchanged one last look before running faster than we had ever run in our lives, sprinting the entire 2 miles back to my house. As we ran, we heard that terrible laugh again behind us, which only made us run faster.
Man, I would've got the freaking button! Boy, we would've been running like a 4-2 flat, but I swear I'm telling you. One thing about when a nigga scared, I'm running a 4-2 flat. Nigga, I'm running, this nigga still like, man, I'm finna get the, boy. Man, F that gun. F shooting this nigga, man. That's the demon that we encounter. Nah, I mean, like that nigga, man, I would've shot that thing, nigga, man, get out, man. I ain't finna shoot this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I'm finna run from this thing. You feel me? I'm running from this thing right here. No shooting at this thing. We're running from this thing. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real with you, man. We ain't shooting this thing, man. Ain't no right person in mind. Man, it's the middle of the night, y'all. Look at this, y'all. It's the middle of the freaking night. It's the middle of the freaking night. You know what I mean? You got this thing right here. First of all, a nigga ain't even looking at you. Now the nigga turn to you and nigga start laughing at you. And then when you running like a 4-2 flat, nigga smiling while running? Oh, heck no.
As we ran, we heard that terrible laugh again behind us, which only made us run faster. When we finally got back to my house, I threw up, then rushed inside through the back door, locking every entrance and shutting my garage doors. We sat there panting, still processing what had just happened, and swore never to run in my neighborhood at night again. If you're a night runner, always stay in well-lit areas and bring a friend, just to be safe.
Bro, there's no such thing as night running. I'm telling you. No way niggas actually running the night. Y'all running the night? Ain't no way you running the night. I've never seen nobody run the night. Like, honestly, I feel like y'all the only people that, heck no. But bro, running in the nighttime? I've never in my life seen it. In nighttime?
As a high school junior, I ran cross country and track, and I loved running alone. I wasn't the fastest on my team, but I had endurance and could lose myself in the rhythm of my feet hitting the ground. A woman in a quiet rural neighborhood near a forest preserve had hired me to run her hyperactive puppy, Izzy. She'd pay me $10 per run. It seemed like an easy gig. Izzy needed the exercise, and I got a little extra money while training. The area had scattered houses, abandoned farms, a cemetery, and the remnants of a disbanded Colts commune. My parents had always warned me about running alone in secluded areas, but I figured I was fast enough to outrun anything dangerous. That changed one evening. It was just before dusk when I took Izzy out for a longer run. The setting sun cast a deep orange glow over the treetops, but shadows stretched across the road, making...
There's something about this area that just spooked me out, G. Thank God. Hold on. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. Mic check, 1, 2, 3. You bang like it's 12 or something. Like, stop banging on my door so hard, my nigga. Dang. What is wrong with this nigga? Golly, cuz. Bang on the door like a normal person, nigga. What's wrong with this cat, bro? I'll be tripping. What's wrong with this nigga, man? Like, dang, nigga, just bang on the door, nigga, like normal, nigga. Yo, cuz. What's wrong with cuz?
Deep orange glow over the treetops, but shadows stretched across the road, making everything feel darker than it should.
Like, you gotta bang. Y'all be hearing that nigga sometime. Like, nigga be like, you gotta bang hard as heck, bro. You can bang soft, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bang on my freaking... Niggas know when I'm working, nigga don't come up in here, nigga. Niggas already know what the business is. So when I'm working, nigga don't bang on my door loud, nigga. Nigga be... They do that junk on purpose, cuz we gonna have some problems.
But shadows stretched across the road, making everything feel darker than it should have been.
Yeah, but like I was saying, for bro came in banging the door like he 12 or something. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I was saying though, gang, I be mid-video, bro, stay doing that jump, banging on the door like at 12 or something, bro. Stop playing with me, folks. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I was saying though, gang, it's something about this neighborhood, bro, that just spooked me to freak out, man. It's somebody in the neighborhood. I don't like how this junk look. It's just the houses and how it just, I don't know, cuz. You got this one house right here, just, I don't know about this right here, twin. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real with you. You say Isaiah Thomas, this LeBron. Where you this Bron at? Where you this gang them at? Where you at? Wait, what's going on, gang? You say you this Bron. Wait, what bro this bro at? What it do? What's up? What it do, nigga?
The only sounds were my breathing, Izzy's panting, and the rhythmic thud of my running shoes against the pavement. Occasionally, a bird would flutter in the trees or a distant dog would bark, but otherwise, it was eerily quiet. The farther I ran, the quieter it got, as if the world was slowly emptying itself of sound. About 2 miles in, we reached a stretch of road flanked by thick forest.
I'm saying, see this right here, I don't know, you just look at something, bro, it just don't look right, bro. I don't know, it just don't look right, gang. I don't know, it's just something in me, bro. I ain't gonna cap. It's just like, this just look too, I don't know what the word I'm looking for, bro. Just, what's the word I'm looking for, gang? It just look, man, it just something don't look right with this view, man.
About 2 miles in, We reached a stretch of road flanked by thick forest on both sides.
There's something
That's
don't
when
look
Izzy
right, bro.
suddenly stopped. Her ears perked, and she stared into the woods,
Izzy?
completely still. A low whimper escaped her throat. I followed her gaze. At first, I saw nothing but the dense trees, branches swaying slightly in the breeze. But then, between two trunks, a man's face peeked out from behind a tree.
Oh,
He
shoot.
was short, maybe in his 30s, wearing a hat pulled low over his face, a thick jacket despite the mild weather, and gloves. His eyes were locked on me, unblinking. His stillness unnerved me, but I told myself he was probably just a hiker or a hunter. Still, something about the way he stood, like half hidden, watching silently, it sent a chill down my spine. His presence felt off, like he wasn't just some guy passing through, but something wrong, something that shouldn't have been there at all. I gave him a polite nod, trying to appear unfazed, and I started to jog again. My heart was beating a little faster now, and not from the run. A few steps later, Izzy stopped again, her body rigid, tail between her legs. My stomach dropped as I turned back. The man had moved closer. He wasn't behind the tree anymore. He was standing right at the tree line, just feet from the road, still staring. His head was tilted slightly now, as if studying me. A sickening realization crept in. He wanted me to know he had moved. He wanted me to notice. I felt something cold slip down my spine. My body was instinctively preparing to run, but I forced myself to stay calm.
And we're gonna have the heck with Izzy. The heck with Izzy. I'll keep it real with you. I want to say that one thing you don't come with Jay. The heck with Izzy. Izzy, run! Izzy, run! You better run, Izzy. You better run. I ain't finna pick up Izzy. I ain't finna do nothing, Izzy. You better run. You better keep up, Izzy. Keep up, Izzy. Keep up. What you better do? Cause Izzy gonna be dead if she messing with Jay. Straight up. I ain't finna wait for Izzy. I ain't finna be like, no, Izzy. I ain't doing that. Izzy better keep up. Dang.
Maybe he was just some weirdo trying to mess with me. Maybe if I ignored him.
I'm tired of all these maybes. Maybes this, maybes that. Maybe. Nigga, shut up. All this maybe. Nigga be trying to lie to that. Maybe he's this, maybe he's that. Maybe he's trying to kill you. Maybe he's trying to bust your head open. Just maybe. Maybe he's just a crazy guy. All this little maybe. Maybe this, maybe that.
He'd get bored. I kept running, trying to stay composed, glancing over my shoulder every few steps. At first, I thought he was gone. The woods looked empty again. But then, just as I turned forward, I caught movement in my peripheral vision.
The heck?
I turned.
You said forward. The nigga was just behind now. Hold on, what the?
At first, I thought he was gone. The woods looked empty again. But then, just as I turned forward, I caught movement in my peripheral vision.
Forward?
I turned back, and he was sprinting toward me. He had a butcher cleaver. A choked scream got caught in my throat as pure, unfiltered terror exploded through my body.
Get up out of there,
I
boy.
didn't think, I just ran. Adrenaline shot through me like electricity, and I pushed myself harder than I ever had in a race.
There you go.
My breath came in ragged gasps, Izzy struggling to keep up, her leash jerking in my grip as we tore down the road. I had never known fear like this before. A kind of fear that exists deep in the bones. A kind that tells you you're gonna die if you slow down. I glanced back only once. He was still chasing me. His face was twisted in pure rage, his mouth slightly open as if growling. The gleam of the blade catching the last rays of sunlight. He wasn't just running. He was running erratically, his arms flailing in unnatural motions, his legs moving almost too fast, like something that wasn't used to running at all.
Ooh, that nigga finna kill that nigga. Ooh, that nigga running fast, boy. You better get up out of there before that nigga kill you, little stupid. He better pick up the nigga.
His legs moving almost too fast, like something that wasn't used to running at all. That's when I realized he wasn't breathing. I could hear my own frantic
You said that nigga wasn't breathing. You getting chased by a nigga don't breathe. That nigga finna die, boy. You getting chased by a nigga that ain't breathing.
running at all. That's when I realized he wasn't breathing. I could hear my own frantic gasps. I could hear Izzy panting. I could even hear the distant rustling of the trees, but not him. His footsteps thundered behind me, his pace matching mine, but there was no sound of breath. just that awful silence beneath the pounding of his boots. I reached a neighborhood and sprinted between the houses, zigzagging through yards hoping to lose him. My vision was blurring, my legs were screaming, but I couldn't stop. I darted behind a shed with Izzy. Finally, when I was sure we had put enough distance between us, I pressed myself against the rough wooden wall, gripping my knees, gasping for breath. Silence. I swallowed hard, my heartbeat still hammering in my ears. Slowly, I turned my head. At the top of the hill, he stood, watching. The cleaver dangled from his hand, his chest rising and falling as if he had just stopped running too, but he wasn't chasing anymore. He was just standing there, staring. We locked eyes. His face had no emotion now, no rage, just that blank, unsettling gaze, as if he had simply lost interest. A minute passed, and then another. A car's headlights appeared in the distance, beams cutting through the dark, and just like that, he turned and walked back into the woods. No hesitation, no hurry, just gone. I didn't move for a long time. When I finally did, I took the longest route back to the woman's house, sneaking through the yard so I wouldn't be visible on the main road. My hand shook as I took my payment, acting like nothing had happened.
And that nigga right there was getting chased by one of them zombies off I Am a Legend. Y'all remember them zombies off I Am a Legend with Will Smith, that Will Smith movie? That's the type of zombie. That nigga was getting chased by a zombie. That nigga said that nigga wasn't breathing. You know what I mean? He talking about, he hear his breath. He hear his breath, you know what I mean, echoing, his dog breathing. You know what I'm saying? But bro said he don't hear other nigga breathing. That nigga just stomping. And he at the same speed. That nigga was trying to kill something. That boy was trying to murk something.
I didn't tell her. I didn't tell my parents.
If anybody that's watching this, you better not go jog at night. I ain't go jog at night, you want to. I do these scary stories trying to help y'all little stupid jackass out there. You watching the video, you go jog at night, you want to. You finna end up like this nigga.
I knew if
but
I
you
did,
probably won't make it
he
out.
would let me run alone again. I don't know who he was.
Nigga, you still trying to run alone? Oh, this nigga don't run, do you? I know if I don't tell my parents, I know they're not gonna let me run alone again. I would have told my, hey mama, man, I just seen a little crazy zombie nigga just chasing me, mama. Know what I'm saying? I would have told my mama and my daddy. Mama, daddy, but it was just a crazy nigga. So I'm going through the woods right there, right? Crazy nigga just chasing me with a blade. That nigga ain't even breathing. That nigga wasn't breathing, mama. Dad, I'm telling you, that nigga was not breathing. All I did was heard the nigga boots. I was just hearing boots just banging up, banging up, banging up, banging up, bang, bang. Mama, boy, mama, dad, boy, I thought I was finna die, boy.
I knew if I did, they would never let me run again. I don't know who he was. I don't know if he was part of the old cults, or die. But I do know one thing. I never ran in that direction again.
You better not run in that direction. But I won't finna die. Oh, shut up, nigga Clyde, man. Shut up, Clyde, nigga.
This is a story spanning nearly 7 years, so I will try to be as straightforward and to the point as possible. I live in a suburban neighborhood surrounded by rural countryside. There's nothing but open...
What's up with these creepy... What's going on with these creepy, like, scenes, man? I don't know, man. It's just something about this just spooked me out, man. I told y'all,
fields
man.
and winding country roads around it.
I feel right about this.
It's impossible to get anywhere without a car.
Is this Mr. Nightmare, nigga? Is this you? I feel like this be Mr. Nightmare. That nigga just be going to secluded areas, just driving, recording for a video. It gotta be this nigga.
It is a very beautiful place, but very secluded. As a result, I often feel confined here, which has only gotten worse during quarantine. The first time I remember seeing something suspicious was when I was 9 years old. My little brother and I, who was 7 at the time, were taking our dogs down towards the front of our street, near the main road. We were casually talking and not paying much attention to what we were doing. Suddenly, we heard somebody call to us, "Hey, come here." A big, white SUV was parked at the start of our street.
Holy crap.
And a man was sticking his hand out the window, motioning for us to come over. I remember distinctly that it was a tall white guy with curly blonde hair. My little brother started to walk his way, but I stopped him. I'm a very paranoid person, and I'd heard all the horror stories about kids being lured into vans, never to be seen again. I led us off in the other direction, back to our house, while also keeping an eye on the guy in the car. When he saw that we were leaving, he turned his car around and drove off. Upon arriving home, I told my mom about it, but she dismissed it, saying he was probably just going to ask us for directions or something like that.
See, and then you gonna be the first one crying on the news when your child got abducted. You know what I'm saying? I would have started the house. What? Where he go, boy? Where he go, boy? You know what I mean? I'm stepping outside like, what you say you seen? You don't need to be talking to no strangers. What you need to ask a 9-year-old for directions for? The freak. You know what I'm saying? But the mama's so stupid. You know what I mean? The mama ain't no time. Yeah, he's just asking for directions. What the freak you gotta ask a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old about directions? You ain't got a GPS, mama? The freak? All these directions. I say, y'all parents be stupid. Hey, bro, don't ask my kids for no directions, bro. If you want any directions, come to me home. I'll tell you where the directions at, nigga. You know what I mean? But don't be asking my 9-year-old daughter and my 5-year-old child for no directions, nigga. You know what I mean? That's just real rap, nigga. Straight up, nigga. You want some directions, nigga? Come to me. Come to Big Papa, nigga. I'm right here, boy. Straight up, gang. It just pissed me off telling you asking for directions, bro. Our parents be so freaking unaware, bro. Your child's surroundings, my nigga. You know what I mean? Straight up like that, bro. You want some directions, man? Come to me, nigga. You better go to that GPS, nigga.
It scared me a little at the time.
Freak, we need directions. Freak, we need directions for in 2025, bro. Nigga come to me asking me for directions. Hey, bro, you better use that GPS app. I already got my face, bro. I mean, nigga better use GPS. Nigga, you got that little app on your phone, boy. You better get my face. But talk about some directions. Nigga come to me asking for directions. I'm going to laugh at that nigga. Hey, man, you better get a nigga out my face, man.
But I didn't think much of it.
I need directions for when I got a GPS app.
A year later, during Halloween of 2014, another incident happened.
Freak.
A black sedan was apparently following trick-or-treaters down the street. When a parent approached it, it tried to run them over before driving away and out of sight.
Oh, for real?
To make matters worse, the license plates appeared to have been taken off. I didn't see any of this myself, but some of the adults in the neighborhood had made a big stink about it, and I was given yet another "don't talk to strangers" lecture. People were especially sensitive about this kind of thing at the time, since the murder of Hannah Graham had recently taken place in my area.
Hey, Hannah Graham, who that
Fast forward
was?
another 4 years to summer break in 2018. Some neighbors of ours were out of town on vacation, and they asked me if I could pet sit for them while they were away. I had to go by 3 times a day to let their dog out. Once in the morning around 8 a.m., once in the afternoon after lunch, and once in the evening.
That's what I be trying to tell y'all, bro. I try to tell y'all this junk be real, what he be saying. This ain't made up, you know what I'm saying? It actually be real.
Once in the morning around 8 a.m., once in the afternoon after lunch, and once in the evening at 9. Their house sits to the right of our neighborhood, off the main road. To get there from my house, I can go to the end of my street and take a right, or I can cut through the woods and into their backyard. Going through the woods is faster, but the brush is very dense and the trees are close together, so I usually would just go along the street. One night, wrapped up in a session of COD with my friends, I forgot to let the dog out.
They say
I
COD?
remembered it was past 10, and I rushed over, worried that he might pee on the floor inside. It was pitch black out, and I couldn't see anything but the beam of my flashlight and the glowing stars in the sky. Luckily, the dog had been able to hold it, so I let him out as usual. After he went, I brought him back in and was prepared to leave again when I looked out the window and saw a black sedan parked next to the driveway. This made me uncomfortable since I was pretty sure it wasn't there when I first showed up at the house. There were no other houses nearby, and I knew for a fact that the owners weren't coming back for another few days. After debating what I should do for a few minutes, I finally decided to go back and cut through the woods. I did so and got back without issue. To play it safe, I cut through the woods for the rest of my time pet sitting, but I never saw the black car again. Now, these occurrences alone would not be enough to merit a story, but it's what happened recently that really terrifies me and makes me question whether these events might actually be connected. I run for the track team at my school, and since quarantine had prevented us from having practice, I go running every day on the roads around my house. My street isn't very long, so I often run off the main road and other connecting ones. For the first few months, everything was going fine. I would jog around for an hour, taking in the scenery and exploring the various different country lanes. But about a month ago, I was running back home on the main road when I noticed that a car seemed to be following me. I always run on the left side of the road, going towards traffic. This is so that if a car comes up
you can
behind
see
me
it.
on a blind curve, or
Bro, I don't know why people do that. Bro, it's crazy. Finally got a smart one that be bro. It pisses me off seeing people walk with their back turned, bro, in traffic. Why do y'all do that, bro? Finally, we got somebody with common sense. I ain't gonna lie, the way you're talking, it seems like you got a lot of common sense, man. It seems like you ain't dumb, man. Finally, we got somebody that I'm doing a story on that's not dumb. I don't understand that, bro. Why do y'all walk with your back turned? You know what I mean? Never walk on the right side, bro. Always walk on the left side, bro, so you can see the cars coming. If you see a car veering off from the road, you can react. But y'all put too much trust in these drivers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, bro. You walk in, bro, on the right side of the street, man, a nigga come from behind, boom, you dead. You feel me? I'll be understanding why folks be doing that, bro.
An area with low visibility,
dangerous,
it won't
bro.
hit me from behind where I can't see. The car, coincidentally a large white SUV, was on the other side of the road, going about the same speed I was jogging. This was especially odd because there aren't many cars on that road, and you can go much faster than on a busy one. Unsure of its intentions, I turned down a small side street with a cul-de-sac at the end. It didn't follow, so I ran down to the circle and went back home. However, the next day, it followed me again. This time, I saw it sitting at the start of a driveway, and it pulled out after me once I passed it.
Gang, what type of neighborhood you live in, man? You live in a neighborhood, man, filled with child abductors or something, nigga? First a black sedan, then a white SUV. Now you got this guy. At least y'all there. Junk must be infested with child abductors, nigga.
Like the day before, it followed me for about a mile before I turned down the same street, where it promptly drove off. This continued. Every day for a 10-day period, it followed me. At first, I thought that it might be going somewhere on a schedule that just happened to coincide with my runs. To test this theory, I decided to run an hour later than I usually did. The first day I tried this, it wasn't there. The next day, though, I was disturbed to see that it was once again following right behind me. This definitely unnerved me, but I was hesitant to tell my parents because I was worried they'd forbid me from running. Furthermore, it hadn't attempted to do anything yet, so I decided I could put up with it as long as I was careful and watched it closely. On the 11th day of being followed, I turned down the side street to see a black sedan sitting at the end. At first, I thought nothing of it. There were a few houses on the street, and it likely belonged to somebody who lived there. But as I began to get closer, I noticed something odd. Underneath the car, barely visible, was the silhouette of a person. They barely fit and were huddled on the far side to avoid being seen. I immediately got chills and ran off in the other direction, looking over my shoulder to make sure they stayed put. To make matters worse, I saw that white SUV, which usually drove away, was sitting at the top of the street, penning.
They all work together. That's crazy. They all work together, bro.
I saw that white SUV, which usually drove away, was sitting at the top of the street, penning me in.
It's a freaking operation.
I was feeling panicky now, and decided that I preferred the evil I knew to the one that I didn't. So I picked up the pace and tried to sprint by the SUV. When I was within a few feet of it, a man jumped out and ran after me. I easily outpaced him, and thank God that my months of training had paid off. When it became clear he couldn't catch me, he yelled at me to come back and said he just wanted to talk. I responded with 2 fingers, if you catch my drift, and I sprinted the remaining mile back to my house. I finally broke down and told my mom, who got me on the phone with the police. Sadly though, since I didn't get a license plate, there wasn't much they could do. They promised that they would look into it, but as far as I can tell, nothing has been done. These experiences have haunted me for the past couple of weeks, and with all my spare time, I've had a lot of time to contemplate the situation. After connecting the dots, it's clear to me that these men have been trying for multiple years to kidnap a child from our street. There are quite a lot of children in my neighborhood, which explains why they frequent it so often. It worries me that somebody less cautious than myself might find themselves in a similar situation and fall prey to these predators. I still have nightmares about the man who chased me down the street. He was very tall with blonde curls, the same man who tried to abduct me when I was 9 years old.
So I be trying to tell y'all, man, y'all be safe, man. Be safe out here, man. You know what I mean? Honestly, man, be freaking safe, man. I mean, just keeping it real with y'all, bro. You know what I mean? Because like I said, man, you know, oh, man, you just never know, chat. You just never